This is why many elderly people will not live past 80. If you are old, you need to see this now. Hey there, my wise friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we share stories, wisdom, and tips to live healthier, happier, and longer as we embrace our golden years. I'm your host, and today, I'm speaking from the heart, as someone who's been around the block and learned a thing or two about life. If you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, this video is for you. And if you're younger but care about someone older, maybe your parents or grandparents, stick around, because this is going to be a real eye-opener. The title of today's video might sound a bit heavy. This is why many elderly people will not live past 80. If you are old, you need to see this now. But don't worry, I'm not here to scare you. Instead, I want to share some honest, heartfelt advice about what's holding so many of us back from living our fullest, longest lives. I've seen too many friends and family members struggle in their later years, and I've made it my mission to help you avoid the same pitfalls. We're going to talk about the choices, habits, and mindsets that can make or break your health and happiness as you age. And trust me, these are things you can start working on today, no matter your age or situation. Why should you listen to me? Well, I'm no doctor, but I've spent years researching, talking to experts, and learning from the real-life experiences of folks just like you. I've seen what works and what doesn't. Plus, I've had my own health scares and life lessons that have taught me the value of taking care of myself, body, mind, and soul. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's have a heart-to-heart about how you can live not just longer, but better. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tips, inspiring stories, and a renewed sense of hope for your future. Let's dive in. 1. The silent killers, stress and loneliness. Let's start with something we all feel, but don't always talk about. Stress and loneliness. These are like invisible weights that drag us down, especially as we get older. In America, we live in a fast-paced world. Even in retirement, there's this pressure to stay busy, to keep up with the Joneses, or to worry about money, health, or family. But here's the hard truth. Chronic stress can shave years off your life. I remember my old neighbor, Tom, a retired teacher in his late 60s. Tom was the kind of guy who always seemed to have it together. Nice house, loving wife, 2 grown kids. But after his wife passed away, Tom changed. He stopped coming to neighborhood barbecues, stopped going to church, and just seemed lost. He told me once, over a beer on his porch, that he felt like he didn't have a purpose anymore. A couple of years later, Tom had a heart attack. He was only 71. The doctor said stress and loneliness played a big role. His heart just couldn't take it. Studies back this up. The American Heart Association says chronic stress raises your blood pressure, messes with your sleep, and weakens your immune system. And loneliness? It's just as bad. A study from Brigham Young University found that social isolation can be as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that for a second. Not having people to talk to, laugh with, or lean on can literally shorten your life. So what can you do? First, let's talk about stress. One of the best things you can do is find a way to let go of what you can't control. For me, that's been meditation. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Meditation doesn't mean sitting cross-legged and chanting for hours. It can be as simple as closing your eyes for 10 minutes and focusing on your breathing. There's an app called Calm that I love. It's got guided meditations that are perfect for beginners. Another trick is journaling. Write down what's stressing you out, then write one thing you're grateful for. It sounds small, but it shifts your mindset. As for loneliness, it's about connection, not competition. You don't need 100 friends. Just a few good ones. Join a local book club, volunteer at a community center, or even take a class at your community college. I know a woman named Susan, 68, who started going to a weekly knitting group at her library. She was shy at first, but now those ladies are her lifeline. They laugh, share stories, and check on each other. Susan says she feels 10 years younger because of it. 2. The power of movement. You don't need to run marathons. Next up, let's talk about staying active. I know, when you hear exercise, you might picture sweaty gym sessions or running a marathon. But that's not what I'm talking about. As we age, movement is about keeping your body strong and flexible so you can do the things you love, whether that's gardening, play with your grandkids, or just getting up from the couch without a groan. My cousin Linda is a great example. Linda was never athletic. She joked that her idea of exercise was walking to the fridge. But in her early 60s, she started having knee pain and trouble climbing stairs. Her doctor told her she needed to move more, or she'd end up needing a knee replacement. Linda started small, a 10-minute walk around her neighborhood every morning. Over time, she added some light stretching and even joined a silver sneakers class at her local YMCA. Now, at 67, Linda's knee pain is gone, and she's got more energy than ever. She even took her grandkids hiking last summer. The science is clear. Regular movement helps you live longer. The CDC says that older adults who exercise regularly have a lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even some cancers. Plus, it boosts your mood and helps you sleep better. But here's the key. You don't need to overdo it. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate activity a week. That's about 20 minutes a day. Walking, swimming, or even dancing in your living room counts. If you're not sure where to start, try this. Commit to a daily walk. Put on some music or an audiobook and just go. If you got joint pain or mobility issues, talk to your doctor about chair exercises or water aerobics. And don't be afraid to make it fun. My friend Bob, 72, started ballroom dancing with his wife. He says it's the best workout he's ever had, and it's brought them closer together. 3. Food is medicine. Eat for longevity. Now, let's talk about what you're putting in your body. I'm not here to lecture you about kale smoothies or cutting out all your favorite foods. But the truth is, what you eat has a huge impact on how long and how well you live. In the U.S., we're surrounded by processed foods, sugary snacks, fast food, you name it. And while it's fine to enjoy a burger now and then, a diet full of junk can lead to diabetes, heart disease, and other problems that cut your life short. Take my Uncle Joe, for example. Joe loved his nightly bowl of ice cream and daily fast food runs. By his mid-60s, he was overweight, had high blood pressure, and was on a handful of medications. His doctor warned him he was headed for a heart attack. Joe decided to make a change, not a crazy diet, but small swaps. He started eating more vegetables, switched to whole grains, and cut back on soda. He still has ice cream sometimes, but it's a treat, not a habit. Within a year, Joe lost 30 pounds. His blood pressure improved, and he felt like a new man. He's 78 now and still going strong. The Mediterranean diet is a great place to start. It's not really a diet in the strict sense. It's a way of eating that focuses on whole foods like vegetables, fruits, nuts, fish, and olive oil. Studies show it can lower your risk of heart disease and even help your brain stay sharp. A 2018 study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that people who followed a Mediterranean-style diet lived longer and had fewer health problems in their 70s and 80s. Here's a simple tip. Aim to fill half your plate with vegetables at every meal. Not a veggie fan? Try roasting them with a little olive oil and garlic. It's a game changer. Also, watch your sugar intake. The American Heart Association says men should stick to 9 teaspoons of added sugar a day, and women should aim for 6. That's a lot less than what's in a single can of soda. For the mindset that saves lives, purpose and positivity. Let's shift gears and talk about something that's just as important as diet or exercise, your mindset. I firmly believe that how you think about aging can determine how long you live. If you see your later years as a time of decline, you're more likely to feel hopeless and give up on your health. But if you see them as a time of wisdom, growth, and new possibilities, you'll be motivated to take care of yourself. I'll never forget meeting a woman named Margaret at a community center. Margaret was 85, sharp as a tack, and always smiling. She volunteered, took painting classes, and even learned how to use Zoom to stay in touch with her grandkids. When I asked her secret, she said, "I wake up every day with a reason to get out of bed. It doesn't have to be big, just something that makes me feel alive." For her, it was helping others and learning new things. Research supports this. A 2019 study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose were less likely to develop chronic diseases and lived longer than those who felt aimless. Purpose doesn't mean you need to change the world. It could be as simple as tending your garden, mentoring a younger person, or writing your life story for your family. Positivity matters too. Negative thoughts like, I'm too old to try new things, or my best days are behind me, can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Try this. Every morning, say one thing you're looking forward to that day. It could be a phone call with a friend, a good meal, or just watching your favorite show. Over time, this trains your brain to focus on the good. 5. Don't ignore the basics, sleep and checkups. Finally, let's cover 2 things that sound boring but are absolute game changers: sleep and regular doctor visits. When we're younger, we might pull all-nighters or skip checkups and get away with it. But as we age, those habits catch up with us. Sleep is like a reset button for your body and mind. The National Sleep Foundation says adults over 65 need 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Skimp on that, and you're at higher risk for everything from depression to dementia. My friend Carol, 70, used to stay up late watching TV, then wonder why she felt foggy and tired all day. She started a bedtime routine, turning off screens an hour before bed, reading a book, and keeping her bedroom cool and dark. Now, she sleeps like a baby and says she has more energy than she did in her 50s. As for doctor visits, I get it. They're not fun, but catching problems early can save your life. My dad ignored his high cholesterol for years because he felt fine. By the time he had a heart attack at 68, the damage was done. He's okay now, but he wishes he'd listened to his doctor sooner. Get your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar checked regularly. If your doctor recommends a screening like a mammogram or colonoscopy, don't put it off. It's worth the inconvenience. Well, friends, we covered a lot today. Stress, loneliness, movement, food, mindset, sleep, and checkups. These are the things that can make the difference between living to 80 and thriving well beyond that. I hope you're walking away from this video feeling inspired, not overwhelmed. You don't have to change everything at once. Start small. Maybe take a walk tomorrow, call an old friend, or add some veggies to your dinner. Every step counts. I want to leave you with a story that stuck with me. My great-aunt Ruth lived to 92, and she was the happiest person I knew. Even in her final years, she'd sit on her porch, sipping tea, telling stories, and laughing with anyone who stopped by. Her secret? She never stopped living. She stayed curious, kept her loved ones close, and took care of herself without obsessing over it. Ruth used to say, "Life's too short to worry about getting old. Just enjoy the ride." So, here's my challenge to you. Pick one thing from this video to try this week. Maybe it's a new hobby to lift your spirits, a healthier meal, or just getting to bed a little earlier. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We got more wisdom and tips coming your way to help you live your best life, no matter your age. Thank you for spending this time with me. You're not just getting older, you're getting wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Keep shining, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay happy, and keep living with purpose.